Hello, fellow followers. Welcome to FanZcene. I am your host, Greg. This is FanZcene Chillstream. Just me tonight. I thought I'd do a little solo stream tonight because I missed last night, and I do want to apologize to everybody who was tuning in to the physical media show last night that expected to see the show. Something came up, and I was unable to do the show last night, but I need to find the link, and I need to put the link out there. But Tom and the Runner and Rookie actually did the physical media show over on Mead. I popped in for a little bit after I was done doing what I needed to do, and I'll explain what I had to do and everything, why it was, why I had to cancel last night. But I'll explain that here in a little bit. But welcome everybody out there watching on YouTube, Twitter. I'm going to say hi to the chat here in a minute. I want some, try to get some of you guys to start coming in before I go into story and everything. So basically what I want to do here is, I just want to, just do a little chill stream, me and you guys, and have some fun, talk some physical media, talk some movies, maybe I answer some questions and see what happens. I can't do like a 3-hour stream tonight like I usually do on the physical media show, but I could do about an hour. We'll see if how well it goes. But I will start saying hi to the chat, to the ones that are in the chat right now. And we do have John, the Beagle Dad. He says, "Hell, guys, wish you had the show yesterday because it was my birthday yesterday. I spell out. I can't even talk. I celebrate the week anyway. Well, happy birthday, John, the Beagle Dad. Once again, I apologize for not being able to do the physical media show yesterday. I will explain all that here in a minute. But I'm glad to have you, and I hope you had a very happy birthday. And I hope you join the chat and have some fun tonight. What's up, Tim Hayes? How does this chill stream work? Just chilling out with you guys, my fellow followers, and whoever wants to watch and interact. That's what it's about. I don't do a lot of these one-on-one streams. I've been thinking about doing more streams if my schedule allows me. I've been super busy lately, and I don't have a whole lot of time to stream, and I've always wanted to stream a little more than I do, and so I'm toying with a few ideas of a new stream, maybe once a month to stream, and maybe a couple every once in a while doing this and everything. So we'll figure out. I'll figure that out as I go when I have more time and everything. But right now, let's just chill out and have some fun. We also have Christopher Barker. What's up, Christopher Barker? He says, "Have a question for Greg. Am I helping filmmakers when I buy pre-owned items from a video store?" Yeah, I would say in the long run you are. I don't like I was talking to Harrison Lang. If you guys haven't seen that video where I was talking to Harrison Lang about his video store that he owns, he sells a lot of stuff secondhand, and he wasn't quite sure himself. He told me after the interview, he's like, he wasn't quite sure how they record those physical media sales and how that works because some of it is secondhand. So in a way, yes, you are, because you're still buying their work. I don't know quite if the money's going to them, but I know for the most part, filmmakers and stuff would prefer you buy their physical copies of their physical movies. So in a way you are, and everything like that. So I hope that helps. And then we have Jose Morales, long live physical media. Yes, long live physical media. It is the superior format now more than ever. Very, very, very well. I know I apologize a lot. I'm a nice guy, all right? And sometimes I do apologize a little too much. That's just how I am. And then we have Movie Homicide. He says, "I just picked up Squirm on Blu-ray a while back." Oh, yeah, that's right. Kino Lorber, I believe, put that out. I've been meaning to pick that up as well. Good pickup. I've never actually seen it, but I love the cover art from Kino Lorber that they had out and everything. So I was thinking about picking that up as well. I believe that's part of the Kino cult, if I remember correctly. And what's up, Tyrell72? Live long and prosper. Yes, it's a special stream. Like I said, I missed last night. I missed last night doing it, and I'm going to explain all that here in a minute because I see some of you guys are coming in. We're getting the audience going, and I like that. And I want to explain to most of you who tune into the physical media show why it didn't happen. And nothing bad or anything nothing bad to me, but it was. I'll explain it. And let's see what's yes, Little House on the Prairie is getting a Blu-ray release. That's pretty good if you're into that, so that'd be pretty cool to have. And then we have Ezra Carr. Physical media is peak, way better than streaming. Always will be, always has been. Definitely 100%. I couldn't agree with you more, Ezra. And then we also have Terminator Cyberdyne Systems Model 101 and Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. Hell yeah, I'm going to buy that 4K set. Me too. I really wish I could get the steelbooks, and I know people like you with steelbooks. I wish I could get them, but I'm at least going to get the set where it's just all in one case all together. So I'm definitely going to try to get that as well. I got to make a little money to pick it up, but I'm going to try my best to get it. I'm going to try my best to get it. Yes, and I'm looking forward to picking up Superman. I know that movie has a lot of people against it and everything, but I'm looking forward to get it. I don't care. I like the movie. Hail to you, Anthony Draven. Yes, I am doing very well. Hope you're doing very well as well. And then Tyrell says, your show is pretty much the only one I watch live. I watch everything else on replay. Well, that makes me very happy, Tyrell. I appreciate that very much because I do aim to please. To be honest with you, sometimes I feel like, the people are here for other people besides me, but that's just me. That's my doubting mind in my head, because I'm still trying to fathom myself because like people want to watch me, that like it still boggles my mind a little bit. But with that being said, I'll explain a little bit why I didn't do the physical media show last night, and then I'm going to play a slasher trash trailer because that is ending. That sale is ending today. If you want to get a hold of that, but the reason I did not do the physical media show last night was because there was a motorcycle accident outside of my house on the road I live on, and I witnessed it, and I had to call 911 and deal with the cops and the EMTs and everything, and because it was really bad. It was a young man who he typically rides up and down our road super fast on his motorcycle. Last night he unfortunately wiped out extremely bad. I thank God I was here, and me and my family saw it, and we were able to get him help because we live in a very rural area. Excuse me, not rural. And, he was very lucky he did it outside of where there are actually homes. So we got him the help he needed. He got to the hospital. He is alive. So if any of you are the praying type of people, if you believe, pray for this young man. I do. It's been on my mind a lot because I've been thinking about it, and it's like, thank God me and my family were there, and the people that came by, and the EMTs and the cops, because this is a 20-something-year-old young man, and wow, it's just crazy. I'm sorry, it's just been on my mind a lot, and I just couldn't concentrate to get onto the show and everything. Tom and them did it on his channel. I did stop by a little bit over there and talk a little bit. So I'll find a link and I'll put it somewhere when I can. But yeah, it was pretty rough, guys. It was pretty rough. But let's go back to the chat real quick, and then I'll get to the slasher trash and everything. Jose Morales says, Kino Lorber has been on a physical media roll these days. They acquired the rights to Night of the Jugular, a great thriller from the late 70s, shot around NYC featuring James Brolin. It's on Blu-ray. I'll have to look that up. Yes, I love a good Kino Lorber. They are one of my favorite boutique label companies. They're not always the fanciest and stuff, which that's something I like about them. There's some which I'm going to show some of the pics I was going to have yesterday. I'm going to bring them up and show them and everything. So, and one of them is a Kino Lorber. But yes, and yes, thank you, Tyrell, because it was a whole ordeal, man. And the young man needs prayers, and I really pray and hope that he survives. Christopher Barker says $30 for a Blu-ray at Walmart is too much. I bought a TV show and trilogy set for $27. Beat that. Yeah, I know some people are up, with the prices of Blu-rays and 4Ks and everything, and I get it. If it's too much for you, I get it. I do get it. It's no longer the norm. And these are sort of the prices that they were at one point in time, and now they're back again. It's a whole thing. But yeah, if you can find it used or secondhand or new through a secondhand, they are cheaper. So I'll give you that. But okay, so I'm helping out with the creator VC, who has done the In Search of Darkness documentaries, the In Search of Tomorrow documentaries, The Thing, and the Aliens documentary. And they have a new documentary coming out, and I wanted to share this on stream with you guys if you guys are interested. And then we'll get into, I'll show off some physical media and have some more talk with you guys. But if you are interested, I have the link posted in the chat at the top, and I'm going to play the trailer for you because this today, right now, I believe at midnight California time is when the sale ends. So here is the final trailer, and if you guys want it, there is a link in the chat. So check it out.
Summer camp was all fun and games until the games turned deadly. High school was supposed to be safe until someone started grading in blood. Prom night promised new beginnings, but delivered only endings. It was just a slumber party, but no one would sleep again.
When I was a little kid, I was scared to death to be alone in the dark.
Between the blockbusters and the bottom shelf was a world of films that never got their due. Shot fast, cut rough, remembered forever. This is the story of the forgotten children of the slasher boom and the fans who never let them die. Slasher Trash, the ultimate slasher documentary.
Who's there?
One! Kill her! Kill her!
Celebrate them all in the ultimate slasher documentary. Slasher Trash.
I have a surprise for you.
She is alive.
Pre-order your collector's edition now and join a year-long celebration with exclusive live events. Plus, get your name in the credits and exclusive collectible merchandise, including Blu-ray, posters, soundtrack, and more. Order your limited edition set by August 14th. Only at slashertrashdoc.com.
You know you want it.
You know you want it, right? So yes, if you use this link right here I have on the screen, that helps support my channel if you want it. As always, you know, you don't have to if you don't want it, but if you do, right there, it does help out my channel. And the link is up there at the top for anybody coming in and everything like that. But yes, so I wanted to at least share that with you guys one last time, since today is the last day for it. And it does look great. And it's a great little documentary. Well, I haven't seen it, but it's a documentary on the slasher trash, you know, not just like the big blockbuster, but like the bottom of the barrel shot on video. Like they mentioned, some of them are like the, you know, you'll see like the prom nights and all that, but some of them you'll see like Sledgehammer, which is Sledgehammer is awful, just a horrible movie, but they're going to go into it. And I love that they go into stuff like this. It's so great. So great. Yes. If you want it, you can buy it. It's great though. And the audio for the narrator had me going for a second. It really sounds like it does. It sounds like 80s quality. That's what they excel at that. They excel at that over at Creator VC. Shout out to them. So yeah. And so today's like the last day. And then I think in October, they're going to have another chance. If you missed out on Search of Darkness, 1990, was it 95 to 99? I think in October they're going to have that come back around if you missed out, and that'll be the last chance you can get that in October. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys one of the picks I had for the physical media show. And I talked a little bit about this over on them, but I'm going to talk with you guys. And it's a Keanu Lorber, and I just got Repossessed with Linda Blair, Leslie Nielsen, and Ned Beatty. Just came out on Blu-ray from Keanu Lorber. Yeah, I wish it had more special features. All it's got is the commentary with the director and the trailer, but it looks great. It's a nice little, I believe it might be a 4K transfer because it does look really good. I mean, there's a little bit of a like maybe too much graininess in the beginning when the smoke rolls in, but I love film grains because it's film. But then after that, it looks really, really great. And if you have never seen Repossessed or if you haven't seen it in a long time, it's freaking hilarious. It's a great movie. Linda Blair basically is playing sort of the same character from The Exorcist, except she's not Reagan, she's Nancy. And Leslie Nielsen plays Father May, who performed her exorcism on her when she was a young girl, and now it's flash forward to the 90s, 1990. She's all grown up, she's married, has kids, and she gets repossessed by the devil, and a young priest tries to get Leslie Nielsen back in to do the exorcism against him. So it's just funny. It's like the jokes. Like I do think so that if this is a very like early 90s movie, and it's a lot of references that I don't think a lot of people, young kids, will get today. So if you're watching it and you're never seen it, and you may not get some of the references in this movie, like the Tammy Faye Baker and the evangelicus preacher on the time, on TV at the time, they would swindle people out of money. What was his name? Tom told me and I forgot it. Jim something and Tammy Faye Baker. They were like these evangelicus preachers on TV. They weren't really preachers. They didn't really believe. And they would swindle people out in the late 80s, early 90s. They would swindle people out of their money. He would say, like, if you send in this amount of money, it will not only help save the soul of this, but it can help us buy our new yacht and everything. So, and then like they want to televise live her exorcism, which I was just saying, like, I'm really surprised in today's day and age. Because in the 90s and stuff, we had like alien autopsies and everything like that. I'm surprised no streaming service or network has tried to do an actual live exorcism. I mean, of course, it would all be fake to them, but I'm surprised it hasn't happened. So, like, that is very thing with today's society. I think they would definitely try to televise her exorcism, but it's a spoof movie. It's really good. I seem to remember Leslie Nielsen mocking yes, he does mock the Robert Palmer music video in one scene. Yes, he mocks, actually he does Robert Palmer, he does Billy Idol, he does Michael Jackson, all in one scene singing the song Devil in a Blue Dress. Well, he's not really singing it, but it's he's lip singing to it. Yes, Jim Baker, thank you. Deleted scene, Stephen, I appreciate that, thank you. Yeah. Yes, you keep grinding. Put them on the list. You'll love this, man. You'll love this. No, this is just me tonight. It's just my chill stream with me, right, John? The Physical Media Show will come back next Wednesday. It'll be back next Wednesday. I've kind of felt bad that I didn't get to do the stream last night, and so I was going to do a little just one-on-one with me and my audience tonight. And I mean, if Tom or somebody out there shows up and wants to pop in or something, maybe, but right now it's just going to be us and talk and everything. So I appreciate you guys, and I hope you stick around, John. But yeah, that was one of the picks I had for the Physical Media Show the other night. Great fun movie. It's fun cast in it as well too. And there's boobs. So I forgot there was actually boobs in this movie, which took me by surprise, to be honest with you, watching this movie. So that was something. And then I also was going to bring on last night Casper on 4K. I didn't get the steelbook. I just got the standard. What's the theme song for the Physical Media? Tom made that. Tom wrote it. It's the Physical Media Show for FanZcene. I believe that's what it's called. Tom made that for me. So yeah, that's what it is. But anyways, I have Casper on 4K. I did not get the steelbook because this is cheaper, and I don't always need a steelbook. As far as the way this movie looks great on 4K. 4K scan is incredible. The CGI with the ghost is a little, it's a little dated. The CGI doesn't look as great as probably you remember, but I think it adds a little charm to the movie. Me personally, I think even because I think, it's based on Casper, the cartoon, so it looks maybe a little more cartoony now than maybe you remember as a kid if you grew up with this movie. because this movie was a big movie for my generation and people around my age and everything like that. So yeah, this movie looks really, really good on 4K. Now, if you have the Blu-ray of this, the Blu-ray they give you in this is that Blu-ray. It's the same Blu-ray. So like, if you want to upgrade to 4K, the 4K I believe is worth it. On the 4K disc, it gives you 7 Casper the Friendly Ghost cartoon shorts, movie shorts that they used to play back in the day from the what were they? It starts with an H. What were those cartoons from the company? I can't even remember what they were. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know the cartoons, but it's the old Casper cartoons. It's 7 of them. They're on the 4K disc, but the Blu-ray is exactly the same Blu-ray that you may have now if you have it. Or if you still have the DVD, that's okay. Like I've always said here on my channel, you don't. Yes, thank you, Tim. Harvey Tunes, the Harvey Tunes. I can never remember things, man. I am bad with names. Yes, the mirror scene in the movie is great. You get Clint Eastwood, Roger. I can't even speak. You get Clint Eastwood. You get Mel Gibson. You get the Crypt Keeper. You get Rodney Dangerfield in that scene. It's a great scene in the movie. And then also you get like Dan Aykroyd reprising his role as Ray from Ghostbusters in it and everything. You get Christina Ricci, who was always like I think a lot of us had a crush on her growing up and everything. If you were into those type of like goth girl type, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, but yeah. So this was really good. I was happy to get this on 4K. I typically do not watch this until October because it is a Halloween movie, even though it did come out in the summer, and it does feel like we're sort of rushing Halloween a little bit. I'm trying my best not to fall into my Halloween spooky season mode because I'm seeing stuff about Halloween everywhere, and it's only August. Right, I have 2 more months to go. I'm trying not to get into that because I don't want to get ahead of myself and then not be able to, when October comes around, not be like already burnt out of Halloween stuff. But I had to give this a watch when I got it. I was going to wait, but I got it and I really wanted to watch it. So if you guys want to get Casper on 4K, definitely recommend it. It's well worth it. Great transfer. Like I said, the 90s CGI doesn't quite hold up as much as you want it to, but I think it adds a charm to the movie. It looks a little cartoony because it's based on the Harvey Tunes, right? So it's Casper the Friendly Ghost, right? So great show. Hey, look who we got in the chat. It's Tom. What the F is this? I decided to do a little chill stream since I didn't get to do the physical media show last night. So I thought I'd come on here and talk a little bit. You're welcome to join, Tom, if you want to join. I don't know if you're up to it or not. I knew you were just streaming and everything, so that's up to you. Let me know. But I'm just chatting here, just having a little chat conversation with everybody and everything. So salute to you. But yeah, if you guys got any questions or anything you want to ask me, smoking to do. I don't do that. So. Whatever. But if you guys have any questions or anything you want me to talk about, let me know that in the chat and we'll get to talking and everything. But yeah, that was what I had. That was for you see my Godzilla back there. That's what I had for the physical media show that I was going to bring on. So yes, I know Tim. I know Tim. I do apologize to you and all my channel members. I do need to do a channel member live stream at some point. I really, really, truly do, because I know you guys do a lot, and you guys support me a lot, and you keep up with it. And you've been a member for a long time, and you guys deserve a members live stream. Like I said, I've been extremely busy. I'm trying to find time to do more live streams, and one of them that I have trying to work out is a members live stream. And figure out when you guys have time and when I have time, and we can get it together and we can do a members live stream. So I'm hoping I can do that. All right. But I'm glad. Thanks for, hanging out in the chat and everything. And you can always watch. So appreciate you, Tom. Yes. I want to pick up 50 because yes. And please do this, guys. Please do this because Barnes & Noble is once again having a 50% off sale. But this time it's Arrow, not Criterion. please buy from Barnes and Noble. They will do more sales like this. It helps support an actual physical location of physical media, and it helps the smaller businesses outside of Amazon. And the sales are very important because then you'll get more sales like this. You'll get more Criterion sales. You'll get more Arrow sales. I think they're even thinking about doing a 50% off Shout Factory sale, Shit Factory, if you want to do that. So yes, please buy from Barnes and Noble and take advantage of their Arrow 50% off sale. I do want to buy, but I don't know if I'll be able to because I'm trying to save money. I have to save a little money here lately, so I haven't been able to buy as much as I want to buy. So I'm trying to figure out. Like I said, I got a lot of things I'm trying to figure out what to do here because I got a lot to do. And I need to get on the ball and everything. It's just, man, this summer has killed me, and all kinds of, it's just busyness. But yes, please, guys, buy you some 50% off Arrow at Barnes and Noble, online or in store. It works. It's so much better than buying from Amazon. It helps support actual physical locations and more sales where you can get more sales and stuff like this. And thank you, Tim Hayes, for the members chat. The member chat, hell to you. Thank you for being a member for 36 months. You know what? Let's see. What can I give you for being a member for so long? Let's see. Let's give you, what do I want to give you? Try and find something good for you. How about some Hard to Die?
Eat like you son of a bitch!
Love that clip. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for you, Shout Factory. I wish Shout Factory wouldn't have that, but I'm waiting for those Hard to Die and Sorority House Massacre Part 2. I'm waiting on that. Why the Shit Factory? Well, Christopher, I'm not nothing against the movies. The movies are great and they have good 4Ks and everything, but the company itself is not what it used to be. They become a very corporate company who like my friend Tom, who's in the chat, they blacklisted him from their website and everything. You can't even buy directly from them because, he pointed out some flaws in some of their stuff and they got mad and do that. They don't like when you point out flaws and stuff. And, they just haven't been getting the quality they used to be in the movies. Are just constant re-releases and stuff like that. They're just not a very good company anymore. And so we give them a little bit of a hard time on here for that. What Panasonic 4K Blu-ray player do you recommend? I'm not sure. Probably the one that they have out now. This is more a question I would have probably geared towards Tom because I have the 4K players and everything, but just like I think I don't remember the name of the model of it. That's the thing, I don't remember the name of the model of it. But there is a really good Panasonic 4K Blu-ray player out there, and a very good what's the other one? Was it an LG? No, LG. I can't remember. See, this is not my area of expertise. I'm good with the disc. I'm not so much good with the players, but I know I got a good player, and I know Panasonic is a pretty good one, and I know Sony's coming out with a new one and stuff like that. So just whatever Panasonic one you can find, make sure it's up to date and everything. Yeah. They were always corporate. It's just, yeah, they were corporate, but before they had really good people, the people that work there no longer work there. They all work for Arrow now. So like and if you see what the Arrow is getting good movies, more than Shout Factory's been getting lately. Yes. Critics are our friend. They show us our faults. Lex Luthor from Smallville. Sometimes, yes, critics are good, and sometimes you got to call out people on their BS with the Shout Factory in them. Sometimes you got to do that. Yeah, but anyways, anything else you guys want to ask? Go ahead and ask me and anything. But I do want to play a clip, and I'll send the link. What clip am I going to be playing? Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Hold on, I'm gonna play a clip real quick so I can get this link for you guys. Here's a good one. Here's a good one for you guys.
There's been too much violence, too much pain. All we want is the physical media. Just leave the physical media and walk away. Leave the DVDs, the Blu-rays, the 4K, the players, the HD TVs, the surround sound systems. Just walk away, and we'll give you free passage.
There was a clip. I played the clip for you. But yeah, I always loved that clip. That's a good clip. Yeah. Tom, I don't do this a lot by myself, right? So that's how I roll. You might just leave the physical media and walk away. Just walk away. Yes, it is a solo clip tonight. I figured I'd just hang out with you guys and talk a little bit and to have some fun and chit chat and everything. If you guys got any questions in the chat, drop them. I'll try to answer them the best I can. I'll try to answer them the best I can. Can't find the link. Oh no. One Carlos Gonzalez Jr. Thank you. Oh, okay. What link are you looking for? Let me know, Tom. Maybe I'll send it to you if you need it. But yeah. I'm glad to have you guys on here. There's something else I do want to talk about, and it's something that I like talking about this. And today is the anniversary, the 38th anniversary of the Monster Squad. This is the 4K from Kino Lorber, and I wanted to. I know I've brought this on before and everything. Oh yeah, I'll send you a link. Yeah, I'll send you the link. I thought you were going to send me a link. I thought that's what you were saying. No, I'll send you the link. Hold on, man. I'll send it to you. Hold on. I thought you meant send me a link. That's what I thought you meant. I'll send you a link and you can hop on and talk a little bit if you want. You don't have to stay the whole time if you don't want to, but I'll send you the link, man. I thought you were talking about sending me a link. But yeah, I was wanting to talk a little bit about the Monster Squad because one of the things, one of the favorite things I've ever done on my channel, yeah, hey, I'm not good with subtlety, man. If I knew, like, there's girls that's flirted with me, and I have not. I've thought about it like months later, like, oh shit, she was flirting with me. Like, so I'm not good with that. I'm not good with subtlety. I'm not good with subtlety. But I sent you the link. No, I want to talk about this because one of my favorite things I ever did on this channel. There's Tom. I let him get ready and everything.
I don't want to crash. I just
no. You're more than welcome. I figured I'd do the solo. I was gonna start solo, and if you or somebody else wanted to pop on, I was more than welcome. That way, it can help me a little bit along the way. Thank you though for coming on. But I was just talking about the Monster Squad 4K because it's the 30th anniversary, and one of the favorite things I've ever done on my channel is, with you, is when we had Andre Gower on here, and I was just thinking about that today because I saw everybody posting the Monster Squad and everything, and we just mentioned this I think yesterday as well. But yeah, it was one of my favorite things I ever did on my channel 2 years ago when Andre Gower came on, and it just was like. I wish I would have had the cameras rolling when he said, "You guys are a part of the goddamn club." I wish I would have had the cameras record that so I could have that to play. Because 10-year-old me would have been
no backsies.
Out. I know, no backsies.
Can't take it back.
I can't take it back, but I'm good. That was.
No,
cool
he can't take it back from us. We're part.
He can't take. Yeah,
we're part of the club. No matter what I say now.
Yep, no matter what, and he said it right to our faces. Right to our faces. It was like it was a great moment. It truly was because he was like, after the stream was over, he's like, it goes without saying, you guys are part of the goddamn club, and he bounced it right out. It was like one of the coolest moments ever. Yeah, I know. 2 years ago, we need to get him back on. We really do. We need to try to get him back on. Maybe in October, we'll see.
I had an idea I wanted to work with him on, but it just never came to fruition yet. But I don't want to get too deep into it in case it does at some point.
Yeah. But how you doing, Tom?
Oh, Peachy Keen is a jelly bean. So I hear you were trying to kill people out in front of your house. You just had
I
enough.
wasn't. I wasn't. So this guy.
That's why you had to talk to the cops all night. They had you arrested and
No,
thrown in jail.
that'll get around
Like
the people.
murder was the rap that they gave me.
Word. What's up, Oliver? No, it was. I was just thinking about it today, man. It's been on my mind a lot. That young guy just riding that motorcycle up and down that lane almost every night and just boom, wipes out just one time. I walked out there today at the end of the lane and was looking at it. It was bad. It was bad. You could, yeah, I can't, I don't want to explain it on stream. I don't know what would, I don't know what I could get away with saying. Uh, it was bad. It was a rough night, man. And not to mention with kids, couldn't get into sleep, and the next day was school and everything. It was bad. It was bad. Have a good one, Steven. Thank you for stopping by. I know you were doing a stream earlier, and I hope I didn't cut you off from over that. So have a good night, man. But I do have a $4.99 super chat from Tweaky the Kid. It says, have you seen the co-ed in the Zombie Stoner? No, but now I want to. It checks off pretty much all the boxes you'd ask for in a horror comedy flick. Horror, comedy, and boobs, right? That's what you got to have. I have never seen that. That is going on my list. The co-ed and the Zombie Stoner sounds like a good time. And with that, you get the classic.
Can you say USA all night?
No, but I can watch you say it all night.
I love that scene. That's all it takes. That's why I don't ride mine. Yeah, it was. It was not very good. I mean, yeah, it was. I had to talk to the cops and the EMTs and everything. I had to call 911. Thank God, like I said, thank God we saw it from our porch and everything back here with where all my family lives and everything, because it was crazy. It was crazy. That's a night you don't forget, right? Sitting outside. anyways, Greg, it's more than boobs, sir. Well, that's of course is more than boobs, but I mean you got to have the the hot chick, the zombies, the horror, the funniness, the boobs, the practical effects and all that good stuff. Right? You got to have all that.
That's when the whores come in.
Shaking. One time during the war. Yeah, but it was a night. But Tom, you're quiet. I don't know if you want to talk or anything.
I'm just kind of letting you, run your thing, and if I can add some color here and there, I'll be more than happy. I just don't want to overstep anything.
No,
I see you're just talking about. I mean, we did get the Ninja Turtle news today, which I've been bombarded with.
And it's not quite the 4K scans we thought they were going to be, right?
At least that I hoped for, anyway. I mean, most people don't seem to care, but
yeah. I mean,
honestly,
go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully we get some answer to it, but this just makes absolutely no sense. Why in the world they wouldn't have the negatives for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 and 3?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
So to me, it just sounds like, what we heard from Planet CHH, where basically Warner Brothers probably just gave them the old scans and they're doing their best they can with them, probably.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll turn out great. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, because I already know that the 4K scan for the first movie is at least 5 or more years old, because it was done for the last anniversary that never got done because of COVID.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works, but I was surprised that they announced it was going to be all 3, because I thought it was just going to just be the first 2 or something. So I've been
hearing rumblings that it was probably going to be all 3. Maybe that's another. I don't know why. If this is the case, they did it in 4K and they just didn't decide to do Blu-rays for the second and third. But maybe it was because it's so last minute. But chances are, I just don't think Warner Brothers wanted to spring any money to scan them, and probably didn't want to go through the trouble of looking for the elements or whatever. Twin Flicks claims he heard that the negatives were deteriorated. And I'm just like, I don't know about that. They still have the negatives for all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies and Critters 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have Ninja Turtles 2?
Yeah, at least that one.
Because they spent more money on Ninja Turtles 2 than they did the
Right.
first one. And here's the thing. It's like, I know that there's got to be elements of the negative around, because for a lot of the promo shit, they had a bunch of stuff from the beginning of the movie that has titles in it. So those are all opticals in the movie, but we got the straight flat version of it without the titles.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's out there. It's been out there. Like one of the earlier clips I remember seeing of Ninja Turtles 2 was just a bunch of shit from the opening without the music and the titles.
Right.
So like, so like, it's not like you can't tell me that they don't exist in some shape or form, probably. And considering they still have Nightmare on Elm Street and all that business, like, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. So maybe like
it's not like they got re-released a bunch of times or anything.
Yeah, I do know. CHH playing the CHH said he was going to call Cliff and see what he could find out about it.
My guess is that's what it is.
Yeah, so you're probably right. Are you going to go catch? Did I click that or did I not click it? There you go. There it is. Are you going to catch TMT in theaters when it comes out?
That's the plan tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow? Is it this weekend?
Well, it's this weekend, and I think they added a few days. Yeah.
And
I got a few opportunities around me, so I'm just trying to decide when I'm going to go.
I'm going to have to try myself. It's hard to get to the theater around here, but
Yeah.
I'm going to have to try. Finally watched The Last Video Store, Fawn Mega Pack. One of the better buys of late. That and Vicious Fun was I need to watch The Last Video Store. Speaking of which, this is Black Fawn Tom that I've talked to you about before. The owner of this company, Black Fawn, he's the guy that wants to join us on our show when he finally gets free. He's like, his company is a Canadian distributor, but he's doing really big business right now with movies and stuff that he's bought and selling and everything, and that they make. So like when he gets free, he wants to join us on the Physical Media Show. And I've heard actually good things about The Last Video Store. Yeah. So The Last Video Store, they sold, but Arrow also has a version of The Last Video Store you can buy. It's about a love letter to the video store, a guy in a video store and stuff like that. And Vicious Fun is a good movie. I've seen that movie. It's like about a group of serial killers in a support group, and a guy who like writes for Fangoria type magazine stumbles in on it. And hilarity and killing ensues. So that's a good one. Good watch. I do need to watch The Last Video Store though. Yeah. Benner, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's a great guy. I've talked to him. We had a great conversation. So he's been in Cannes right now. He was in Cannes a little while back. He's selling a movie to A24. He's just released a new movie with Ashley Green. So like he's doing a lot of work. But whenever he's finally done, he plans on joining us on the Physical Media Show. So we'll have him on here whenever he's all done with his business. So he's building it. But yeah, that's I was just talking about these movies, Casper and Monster Squad and Repossessed. And you liked Casper. I remember you said you thought Casper was good. I talked about how the CGI wasn't quite holding up to standards. But I thought, I was thinking about it, and I thought it maybe like with the cartooniness of it and how it plays a little bit better, once you're thinking about it like that, because it was based on a cartoon. I know the CGI wasn't the greatest. So now seeing it now. Yeah, Black Fawn is good. Black Fawn is good. That's who they are, Black Fawn. Yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. If you guys got any more questions, maybe you can help out real quick, because somebody was asking about Panasonic 4K player. I thought maybe you could help out better than me.
I don't know much about one. I don't have any. I have a Sony and I have a LG.
Yeah. So, I know Panasonic is one of the ones they talk about as being really, really good.
Is that which one is it though that doesn't generally have Dolby Vision unless you get the higher quality model or whatever though?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think.
Pioneer or Panasonic? I can't remember now.
That's what I could not remember myself, because I was thinking about it.
For some reason, I think it's Panasonic, but
yeah, there's one of them that's like that. where it doesn't have the HDR or whatever.
Well, it has HDR, but doesn't have Dolby Vision.
Dolby Vision. I'm sorry. Yes, Dolby Vision. Yeah.
Which is also kind of like, it all depends on if your TV has it. And I mean, shit. Some movies are hit and miss with it. Like Warner Brothers doesn't do hardly any of their titles with Dolby Vision, for instance. So
yeah. It just all depends. It all depends. So I wish I could help you a little bit more out with that, but I have like a Sony Blu-ray player in here, and I can't remember what kind of 4K player I have out in the living room. Is it a Sony?
We kind of are at that point where there's only so many players left in the market, and most of them have their reasons and their quirks.
Yeah.
As to why they are good or bad. So I mean, it's just kind of honestly, there's probably more than enough reviews on YouTube that if you just type in the model, you'll probably get at least a handful.
Yeah. And like I covered here, which a video blew up on my channel, is like Sony's releasing a new 4K player. Well, it's a newer model of the one they've released before, but it's getting rid of all the streaming apps and all that stuff, and it doesn't look like you can be plugged into the internet, which to me is all good
stuff. The one I want, yeah.
Like
that's the issue I think I keep having is it keeps trying to plug into the internet, and I got to keep resetting it and stuff because the Dolby Vision will clonk out on me.
Yeah,
so I don't know what the hell the deal is.
So I'm thinking like they tore all that stuff out of there to fix it, and I think that'll fix it. Like first off, you don't need streaming apps on your 4K player. You're watching 4K, and most TVs do that anyways. Second off, you don't. A lot of people don't like really connecting them to the internet because it's it does like you mentioned, or sometimes they don't want to update them and everything. So I think that'll probably be the better thing. I don't think it's available here quite yet. I think September is, if I remember correctly, when I was reading the article, is when it's going to be available in the US, because I think it's already available in Japan. So I think, if I remember, it was in September is coming that player. So like if you want to get that one, we don't have reviews for it yet, but that one sounds like it's going to be probably a good one, because to get rid of all that streaming stuff and all that gums up the player and everything, and it should be pretty decent for coming from Sony. Or of course you could always get a PS4 or PS5 if they have the tray, or an Xbox One with the tray, because I know with gaming systems they don't like to add that anymore, because heaven forbid you have to buy something physical anymore. It's all digital now. But what do you like? I talked about it. I made a video about it today. What do you think about this whole stuff with Paramount Skydance and making the theatrical stuff? Because I thought some of it sounded good, but I also thought some of it sounded really stupid. Because the guy that they like, the president or whatever, was the guy that made the 17-day window deal for Universal and AMC to put the movies in on PVOD 17 days after they're released. It's like, yeah, you're talking about wanting to make theatrical movies more theatrical, more event, but you're also wanting to get them to be PVOD quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that they're just learning their lesson from all this bullshit, but I doubt it. Yeah. I mean, Skydance is also the same company that bankrupted Paramount, and that's what I found was hilarious about their talking about their lack of cash flow over the last few years. It's like, gee, I wonder why, when all they've been doing was releasing overpriced flops, and you're the producers of most of them.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with here. I mean, you could go with this like whole 4D chess thing, like it was an elaborate scheme to devalue Paramount over the last decade, just so they could swoop in and buy it at some lower rate. But I don't know. This whole thing has been a mess from the start, so I don't feel like that was even a thing. I mean, obviously I wouldn't. It's just silly. It's just, anyway. We'll see. We'll see. That's where I'm at. Like, they're still going forward with like Mutant Mayhem 2. Yes, we're supposed to be getting the last Ronin, but that's been something that's been sitting in development for years. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. How they handle Top Gun 3, which I think is a mistake to go this soon with. So yeah.
Honestly, I don't.
Yeah, you're not doing streaming, but that doesn't sound like maybe your movies are going to be any better. But I guess we'll find out.
So when I was reading that article, and it says like we need to reevaluate our movies because not all movies are made equally. So I was reading, I was thinking, so you mean like the movies you would put on streaming, you're just going to put in the theaters instead of put them on streaming, but you're going to give them a lower window in the theaters than you would an actual movie made for theaters. That's what it sounded like to me. So I was like, so you're still just making streaming movies. It's just you're going to put them in theaters first. So and like you got to get your president is a guy that made a deal where Universal movies only last 17 days in theaters. Before it's like yeah, let's talk about this. You're making your movies theatrical again, but you're going to put them on PVOD, right? Yeah, good one, Paramount. I think if it wasn't for like their Tulsa King shows and stuff like that, and the Billy Bob Thornton show and all that, I don't know if they would be, making a whole lot of money, like you said, because they were like a lot of flops and everything. I really have no interest in Mutant Mayhem whatsoever. How did Paramount? No, that's right, because they were Nickelodeon bought Turtles or whatever.
Yeah, they bought them all out, so that's how Paramount wound up.
Yeah. Dang, I kind of wish Warner Brothers still had them. I mean, New Line and then Warner Brothers.
Well, I mean, yeah, they just had the rights. They didn't really have, they never had any real ownership over them or anything like that. But like, yeah, ever since Nickelodeon / Paramount bought out Ninja Turtles, it's been one bad thing after another downhill.
Yeah.
So
it's
the only real success they had was that 2012, I think, series. And even that for me, it was like I watched a few episodes. I'm like, ugh, this is just way too kiddie for me.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it respects the lore for the most part. So I was just like, whatever. And I know a lot of people liked it. And I didn't hate the designs as much as some of the stuff that came after that. But then when you get to Rise of the TMNT and the Mutant Mayhem bullshit, and of course the Michael Bay produced films, like, and that's all Paramount, right? Like that's all their crap. And that's what we've gotten since. And it's like, I have very little faith that they'll be able to pump anything else out of this, because Skydance, like I said, these are the guys that brought J.J. Abrams in, right? Like these are the people that have produced 90% of the films that have put Paramount in the position they're in. So outside of the few hits they have had with, the earlier ons, hits of like Mission Impossible, which have not been doing so well lately, and Star Trek, the first one did okay, but other than that, the second one did disastrous, and so did the third one. I mean, I think the second one did better outside of the US, but before this current world where everything had to be negative just so it could make Superman look bad, foreign sales didn't really matter before, because as I remind people again, they're lucky to get 30% that of that box office. And even then, that's a big if, because in a lot of these regions, they just pre-sell the film, and that's basically the money they put towards the budget. People don't realize that. Like, I mean, that's how like New Line Cinema, Canon Films, we've talked about it many times on our, on our show on Wednesday nights and other times. But that's basically how they used to bankroll these movies. And it's still kind of how they do, right? But of course, a movie like Superman's way too big to probably be pre-selling it in a bunch of regions. But guess what? That's why we're going to get a Rambo, whether you like it or not.
Yep.
Because that motherfucker's pre-sold and it's coming.
Yep.
That's how come we got The Crow.
Yep.
That's exactly why we got The Crow. And that's why The Crow didn't lose any money.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I hate to tell people it didn't lose a dime. In fact, it was probably in the black before it ever hit the screens.
That's sad.
Because they only spent 15 reported on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've seen the movie, they spent maybe $5 million on that thing. There ain't no way they spent no $15 million on it. And that's what they ended up selling it for, basically, to what was it, Lionsgate or whoever it was that picked it up. And then, and then they ended up doing a deal with, what was it, Pluto TV or something like that. And that pretty much paid for the movie, because that deal was almost like $10-15 million itself. Yeah. So The Crow, one of the worst movies to come out in the last decade, is probably one of the most profitable, because they spent nothing on it and it was all pre-sales, and then they sold it to streaming afterwards. So like pure profit. Pure profit in their hands over a shit movie.
That is horrible. Absolutely horrible. See, that's what happens, especially with like these foreign entities like that.
The worst part is they probably wouldn't have made a dime if it was a hit, because they had to pay everybody. That's like the producer's scam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
that's what I was saying when it came out. It was like, we just got to hope it's a fucking flop. Otherwise, we got to pay everybody back.
True. It's true. Oh, that's bad. That's so bad. Speaking of The Crow, if anybody wants the Steelbook, Walmart is restocking. I love the shirt, by the way. Great shirt. Walmart is restocking the the Crow Steelbook and the Event Horizon
I saw
Steelbook,
that.
the 4K Steelbook. So if you guys want to go order them, once again, I know not everybody likes the Steelbooks and everything, and so that's up to you guys. But sometimes they're pretty cool. I'm sorry, they're sometimes they're pretty cool. uh, so
the bug has bitten me. I don't know if it's mainly just because I got FOMO or, they have had some good ones,
mhm.
but very rarely do I not get the Steelbook anymore.
Yeah, I try to when I can, when I have the money for the Steelbook. So it's not quite bitten me to where I got to have all the Steelbooks. Like I would have bought the Casper one, but I'm cool with the one what I got. But like there's certain ones like the Small Soldiers one. I really wanted that one. I thought that looked pretty good. And there was another one I just recently got that we shared and we talked about. I can't even remember what it was. I don't know. I don't remember which I bought the Tombstone. I wanted the Tombstone one. I really liked the way that one looked. I wish it had the full unrated version of it or the extended, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, no, I just like I don't mind this. I know some people get really mad about the steelbooks and everything, and that's fine. But sometimes they're pretty cool. I like them. I like them sometimes. I know packaging isn't important. The movie's what's important, but sometimes I mean they get you with those. They do get you, and I'm kind of jealous that I probably won't get the Nightmare on Elm Street steelbooks. Kind of jealous that I probably won't get them, but I will more than likely get the standalone 4K.
It does sound like you might get a second chance at them, though.
Yeah, if I have the money, is the problem.
Has the Zavi one sold out yet?
I think Zavi sold out. I think it all sold out. Yeah.
So I'm sure somebody might find a bunch at some point too. That happens.
Yeah, they tend to oversell these things as well, and some of them send them back. I'm hoping that like the Superman steelbook. I kind of want to get the Superman steelbook because the artwork on the 4K looks awful. So I'm hoping I can get the 4K Superman steelbook because that looks way better than artwork on the 4K and everything. So we'll see how that plays out. I think that was about it there on that. I don't know, but if you guys got any other questions out there you want to ask me or anything you want me to talk about, let me know. I do appreciate you, Tom, for hanging with me a little bit. I wasn't going to.
Sorry, I got distracted there for something.
No, that's fine. Totally it's fine. It's fine.
Off topic.
It's fine. Yeah, I wasn't going to go like the 3 hours like we normally do on the physical media show. I was just going to go for an hour and some change probably. So I do appreciate you stopping in and giving me some talking with me and everything. I do.
I can bug out so you can just
you can
do whatever.
Stay. You can stay. I'm waiting to see if the chat wants to ask any question or anything. I wish I would have brought something else because I just brought these. And we talked.
Well, I brought all my stuff on last night.
Yeah,
like because I brought on Fuzz last night, and the boys were just like, "What the fuck?" And you weren't there when I brought this one on. So yeah. Early Burt Reynolds.
Oh, nice. Kino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie was a lot better than I expected it to be. It's one of those movies I always remember. Like, I never got a chance to see it, but I always remember seeing it like advertised, and it was always like on TV at random times. And I don't think my parents would let me watch it when I was really young for some whatever reason at that time. I don't know, maybe not. But I mean, it's only rated PG, but it feels like an R-rated film.
Is it one of those like where they got away with a lot with the PG?
Yeah, well, it was 72.
Yeah, 72.
Yeah.
That's cool. Did that just come out, or has that been out for a while?
No, I think that's been out for a little while. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got in the mood for like cop comedies.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed a handful of ones that I got that I haven't watched yet, and that was just the one that was at the top. I kind of was watching them in order because I was trying to figure out where the buddy cop originated. Because I have two movies, and everybody gives Freebie and the Bean the credit for beginning the buddy cop craze, but there was actually a movie called Busting that came out almost a year earlier. It was Elliot Gould,
and
Robert Burke that is a buddy cop movie kind of. So I'm going to see if that's more in line with because I'm like, oh, maybe it predates that a little bit. You know, I don't know. Just I do that shit sometimes.
I don't blame you.
And
like
Fuzz just happened to come up in that
that
mix of movies as I was pulling them out, and it was a cop movie. I'm like, all right, you know. And I got another one like Moving Violations and some other ones, the ones I haven't seen yet. That are kind of cop comedies that aren't Police Academy, but in that Stripes Police Academy kind of vein, it seems like. And this was very much like a MASH, almost kind of in the way it's like set up, but it's like a very episodic, and like you have like 3 or 4 different cases going on at the same time. So it doesn't have like I mean, there's a main bad guy, but not everything is connected at first, but then it does kind of try and find its way to get connected, even though the cases aren't necessarily connected.
This is interesting. I'm gonna have to pick this up. I have to pick them up. But yeah, no, I get like that too, because like with the whole like Peeping Tom Psycho thing, which slashers came first and all that. So
yeah, very similar thing to that. Yeah, and it's like probably one of those things you could argue that Busting came first, but Freebie and the Bean was the more famous one, so that was, you know, kind of like with Psycho versus Peeping Tom, basically.
Yeah, something like that. I did not watch Sweet Revenge because, to be honest with you, I didn't even like the trailer for it. The little commercial, you know. I mean,
I don't like the look of the new Jason. Really,
I don't like it. I don't like the look of it. And
he's scrawny and hairy. What the fuck's up with
that?
that?
What is up with that? I didn't watch it, and I saw somebody, was it Bloody Disgusting, whatever, is like, if you can forgo all your perceived notions about Jason and what it should be, you'll really enjoy this. So I'm like, so if I forget everything that was ever created about Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees, you'll enjoy it, because that's pretty much what they're saying.
And there's no reason for them to make it different. They own the rights.
Right?
So like, this isn't like a 25% different thing. Which there is that with Freddy.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. There is that kind of a deal. And we're doing a video on that right now, actually, in the midst of it. I'm waiting for Andre to send me the rest of it. But yeah, so like that's kind of a thing with Freddy right now that we found out from Warner Brothers guy. That's something I was hinting at in earlier videos and other times we've talked about it, where I've said I think Freddy's the Craven family can come back and claim Freddy now in Nightmare on Elm Street, because Wes Craven was the sole creator, regardless of who owns the rights. So like, I guess there's something deal now, because they did the remake in 2010. They still technically own the rights to Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger. They just don't own the rights technically to the Robert Englund Freddy Krueger, because that is a whole nother deal. And the Wes Craven estate owns the actual rights to Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger. So it's a convoluted fucking mess, even worse than Jason in some ways. And that they've been trying to keep it under wraps for years, I guess. So thanks to this Warner Brothers guy, he finally confirmed it for me. So I'm like, yes, that's the nugget I needed. That's what I've needed for a while.
Yeah, because I remember reading it. I remember when they said the Craven family got the rights back, and I remember what's his name?
It was very quiet.
Yeah, what is his name? Elijah Wood and his production company were trying to pitch an idea to his family to make a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie. So
I think Warner came in and cock blocked that.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, that's what
because that's happening. The thing is they're still like split rights. See, and that's the thing. It's like I think New Line, like somebody could technically, because outside of the U.S., here's where it's funky. Outside, and this is the same thing before with Nightmare Friday the 13th as well. Warner Brothers owns the rights to Nightmare on Elm Street outside the U.S. Not in the U.S. though. In the U.S., the Craven family does. And like I said, also the same thing with Robert Englund's Freddy. He's under a separate license. So that's why in Mortal Kombat, in Ready Player One, and all that shit, it's always the Jackie Earl Haley or slightly altered 25% different Freddy.
Yeah.
And the one time we have seen him is in the Goldbergs or whatever, and I think they had to get a special permission for that too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But no, I would love to see them work something out though, in some way to bring Robert back for at least 1 or 2 movies or 3 even. That'd be great. But
yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't have to do much. That's what I wish he'd understand that, because with special effects and everything nowadays, I mean, really, you just get a body double who looks a lot like him, moves like him, and they can stand in for him and just have him do the dialogue and close-ups. And really, you don't even really have to put him in the makeup. This is something Gary Tunnicliffe was telling us about, because like this is like the new thing in Hollywood. They'll do the makeup once, they'll scan you, and then they deep fake the makeup over you digitally because it's infinitely cheaper and less time consuming, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Huh.
And it's almost seamless now. So, I mean, they're getting pretty good at it. So,
that's I mean, yeah, you could. You just gotta make, like you said, you gotta make sure you get somebody that can move like him, because like you don't want to get Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 Freddy.
well, no, and the thing is I don't want him. Honestly, I'd almost rather them try to make him look back to where he kind of looked back in the earlier films anyway, because if you've seen him in the Goldbergs, he looks rough.
Yeah, he was pretty rough.
He's a little overweight. And
I mean, he's an old
age.
man now. So.
Yeah, it's age catching up with him, but
man.
He doesn't have the slender kind of Freddy Krueger look he used to have.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I love that when that documentary when he talks about himself. He's like, "I was ripped, I was built," you know, because he was a surfer and everything, and he's like, "I had a good, you know, I was."
so, he has a very like no body fat physique.
Yeah.
In the earlier films, he didn't start. I mean, maybe about around Freddy's Dead, he kind of bulked up a little bit more, but you know, but
cast the Super Freddy guy.
Super Freddy.
Super Freddy. Well, you know,
that was like, a wrestler, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember which one.
Was it a wrestler?
I think it was. I'm trying to remember which one though.
Was it Kevin? No, it wasn't Kevin Nash, because he was Super Shredder.
It might have been actually.
Now I gotta look it up, because who played Super Freddy? Michael Bailey Smith.
Oh, Michael Bailey Smith. That's who it was.
Hey, that's the Thing. The Thing.
Yeah.
From Roger Corman's from Fantastic Four. Go figure. I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. It's the same guy, isn't it?
Yeah, from the Roger Corman Fantastic
Holy
Four.
shit,
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
Which he never played the Thing because they did to somebody else's body.
So why did I think it was a wrestler? I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
Unless I was just getting it crossed over with Super Freddy. That's
Super
Super Shredder. That's
maybe.
a plausibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see him here at the Fantastic Four premiere. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Go figure. I honestly never knew that after all these years. I did not know that was the guy from the Roger Corman one.
Well, I think he's in the interviews in the documentary, but I never put two and two together either. No.
Yeah, I never put that together before. That is insane. It's crazy. It's like, this is what I was talking about. It's like, it's August and I'm seeing so much stuff for like Halloween and scary movies and stuff. I'm trying to not go too far into that because I don't want to be burnt out by October, because I don't like rushing things. So I was like, everybody's like, there's 78 days to Halloween. I was like, can you please stop counting down and just let it be August already?
Well, luckily I got some comedies coming. I got Happy Gilmore and Coneheads and Xanadu coming in 4K. So I'll have some funny stuff to watch, but I won't be back for I'll probably be gone for the next two shows.
Yeah.
Or at least one, if not two. So yeah, you won't be able to hear about anything I watch. So yeah, I'll be busy, so I probably won't stack up a bunch of movies anyway, but I'm sure I'll have a good handful maybe.
Well, you have a good time and you deserve some time off and stuff.
Yeah.
So
well, there's some plans to go golfing and maybe see Jaws in the theater and stuff like that. So
I've always wanted to see, like, I know they did it once before, but I've always wanted to see Jaws on the water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, get out on a boat and have the screen, like the drive-in screen, and watch Jaws. I've always wanted to do that. I wish I could do that one day. I've
actually seen Jaws in the 3D version they did a few years back, and then they are releasing it again in 3D, but they're not doing it in IMAX 3D. It's either IMAX, regular, or 3D. And I'm just like, why couldn't you do IMAX 3D? But yeah. Whatever. Anyhow, so there's that. I might do that. And he said something about going to the ocean. So that's got me kind of freaked out. See, like, I wouldn't mind seeing Jaws on like a lake.
Yeah, so it's like,
but I've never been to the ocean, and I already got a fear of the ocean because like, I respect the ocean. Right? Like,
I'm not going out there.
I'll be like 3 feet of water. I'll be like, I'm good here. If a shark comes up, I can see it.
You're just like Chief Brody. You don't like going to the water.
Yeah. It's only an
No.
island if you look at it from the water.
Yes. I mean, I'm maybe not the ocean, but I wouldn't mind doing it on like a lake or something. Or the ocean would be great, but like a lake or something. Just like being in a boat on water watching Jaws would be cool.
I mean, I'm just thinking about it. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. It's like Mikey's going to make me go to the beach and he's going to make me get in that fucking water. And I'm going to be standing into it like waist deep. I'm like, bitch, a shark could come and bite my dick off right now. And then he'll start doing that shit and I'll be like, mother, don't you even start. If I see a fin or some shit, I'll be like out of there like quicker. Like you'll never seen a fat boy run so fast.
Just some kids with the fin on the back.
I don't care. There's a reason why I don't eat shark. Like I have this thing where like I think it's bad karma to eat anything that could eat you. So like, all these people are like, I've had bear and I've had gator, and it's like tempting fate like a motherfucker, ain't you? I've seen Jaws the Revenge.
Jaws Goes to Bahamas. What do you think about that new documentary that you're not?
I know, I saw that. I'm like, how am I not in this bitch? Like, if anybody's talked about Jaws the Revenge as much as me, I don't know. I mean, I stand by it. Like, I used to hate the movie like everybody else, but the more you think about it, it's like that shark's got a reason to kill this family.
It's killed all of his family, so
it's killed more sharks than global warming. They have. They've killed 4 sharks alone.
Yeah.
Not because they killed 2 in the last one. They killed a baby shark.
Yeah.
Doot.
This shark deserved his revenge.
It does. And I know why it's pissed. Plus, it's probably a woman because it's only 20 feet long. So I guess the male sharks are the bigger ones in the shark community.
Yeah. So, like, here you go. The Hollowfield went to the ocean once, got swiped by a stingray, wife got stung by a jellyfish, never again.
See? That's the other thing. You got to worry about that shit. There's not just sharks. You got stingrays. Motherfucker, like Steve Irwin. That son of a bitch tempted fate every day of his life. Friggin' stingray did him in. Friggin' stingray, of all things.
It's crazy. It sucks, too.
Isn't that nuts? Because I used to joke that, you know how that guy's gonna die. I'm like, he's gonna die in some stupid way. He's like, honey, I'm just cleaning out the gut up here, and all of a sudden flies off the fucking roof and breaks his neck. It's like Steve Irwin dies in freak accident on roof. It's like it had nothing to do with animals, but yeah, that's what made me sad because I joked about that for years. I'm like, oh man, it had to be something like that. You knew it.
Yeah,
well, you tempt fate long enough, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like Evil Knievel. Like, how many times did he break all his fucking bones? I think he'd learn.
It always happens that way too with these guys, because like they are like the guys, and then something like that takes them out, and sad. Yeah, ripe old age for a crocodile hunter.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it just makes you feel bad. It's like, oh man, at least if you'd felt better. I hate saying it this way. If the guy actually went out with a crocodile, because you know, because then it's like, well, he did what he was doing, what he loved. You know, like, I'm gonna poke this croc in the ass.
Stingray, God.
Yeah, just a fucking stingray of all things.
Yeah. I'm glad they destroyed the footage, though. So I'm glad his family got him to destroy the footage. So
I'm sure somewhere it's out there, but
yeah. I'm glad they never.
You know how people are; they get their hands on shit.
Yeah.
Well, can you imagine how many videos there would have been had it been more recent?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's another thing. It's like it's bad enough, you know, when you're filming something and it exists, and you got to worry about somebody else getting their hands on it before.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, of course, I think that footage probably went right to the cops. I bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just this day and age with everybody having a camera, you think you can catch just about everything. That's why I'm not so sure I believe in Sasquatch or UFOs anymore.
Yeah, me neither. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't film what happened here. I did not. There was no way I was.
Well,
filming.
What are you going to do? The aftermath? At that point, it's too late. And then you're just like.
I mean, I took pictures today of like where he.
Well, yeah,
directed, you know, for the yard, just so I could, you know, have that. But like, yeah.
But if you had like ring camera, like, and you actually caught the accident, well, that'd be a different story.
Yeah, which I don't though. So because
Yeah.
I live way back in the boonies and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I got a shotgun, so I'm good on that.
I wouldn't admit that right now. You just got out of prison. We're kidding, kids.
Yes,
obviously.
yes. I was never. I mean, I think most people could look at me and like, that guy can't hurt anybody.
No.
Yeah, I know. I do not think that. There's tons of.
Well, okay, yeah, the UFO. You're probably right. Yes, we're getting a little bit more. There is some legit UFO stuff. But that Sasquatch has lied to us for years. Years. He does not exist. Just like Loch Ness Monster. You fucking liars.
There's a great clip that I was of the comedian Trevor Moore from the TV show The Whitest Kids You Know, where he's pretending to be like the guy that comes, the press for the president comes out, does the things.
The press secretary.
Press secretary, and he said it's like this really funny skit where it's like, this is true, because like he's up there and he's saying like, oh, we've just discovered some alien space bears who have rifles and who are maybe in cahoots with some interstellar wizards and stuff like this. And like the journalists like, are you serious? Wait, I got one more question. It's like, just off the top of my head, are we invading Iran today? He's like, you got me. I went too far. I almost had you guys. Yes, we're invading Iran. So like, that's where it's like, yeah, there may be aliens and stuff out there. There's all that proof. But like, when the government starts telling you stuff like this, I get very weary. I'm like, that. I always think of that clip because it's like, yeah, you're lying to us because it's your look over here while we do something over here. I don't care who's running the government at the time. There's something's fishy. So you're telling me Harry and the Hendersons lied to me?
I think so.
Yeah. Is that on Blu-ray? Is that movie on Blu-ray? I don't know.
Yes. Yes, I have it. Yes, Universal.
And some of these I don't know. Like,
I think that Kino hinted that might be getting 4K. Might be.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That'd be good. I would. Sometimes I forget about movies like that. I mean, I've seen it a bunch of times. It's one of the movies like I've seen so many times, so I don't really think about getting the Blu-ray right off the bat. So I didn't even know that. And it's funny when you really think about like who played Harry and who played the Predator and all them. That guy played everybody. It's insane.
Well, if you needed somebody who was over 7 feet tall or whatever.
Yeah. You picked them. And I think that's like one of the only ones where they actually use his eyes, because they use, like, you can see his eyes in the thing. Usually they, covered up there. So,
which is weird because I thought for the longest time, and I don't know why, but I thought Ron Perlman was Harry for the longest time.
It just kind of looked right.
I shit you not. Yeah, looking at it, I was like, oh, that's got to be Ron Perlman.
It does.
I did. I always thought it was Ron Perlman for the longest fucking time. Until one day I realized I was wrong.
It does. I mean, you get the Beauty and the Beast TV show and everything, so you can see it.
I just thought it was. I never questioned it. Kind of like my dad for years thought Roddy McDowall was C-3PO. It's like, I can totally see why you think he is. I mean, he sounds almost exactly. He's basically dime store Roddy McDowall. I mean, really. I mean,
it does kind of. Now you bring it up, it does.
It almost feels like Roddy McDowall played him in the first movie, and then just from there on out, like, the guy who does him is fine. Just have him do it. He sounds just like Roddy, like with Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy Part 2.
When they had David Hyde Pierce do the voice in the first one, and then they just realized, well, Doug Jones sounds just like him.
Just let him do the voice.
Just let him do the voice.
Plus, they're playing for Seth MacFarlane to do the smoke guy, so.
Yeah, you got to save some money there.
Yeah, save some money. I've been tasting random animal hair in the woods for nothing.
Well,
I've never been a big believer of like Sasquatch and everything. Like aliens and UFOs, a different story. but I've never.
I
really
love
been into
cryptics. Like I love them. I think they're awesome, and I love to speculate and think about the origins of them. But it's so easy to think about how even especially when you go back a couple hundred years, right? How stupid we were. How just somebody would see either a bear that's balding or a man who's got a bunch of mud on him running through the woods naked.
Yeah.
And they would think it's a fucking Sasquatch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
or a bear when they stand up on their hind ends.
Yeah, exactly. I could, and if they have mange,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like there was like bunches of pink, skin showing all over. It's like, oh well, that's like a man plus but it doesn't sound like a man and doesn't walk like a man. There's all kinds of things that I could see people, especially when you see something for the first fucking time, and then the legends go back, and then anything could turn into a monster at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it makes you wonder if like dragons don't even come from, they're so sure that there was no dinosaurs left by the time humans came to Earth. But are we sure?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what dinosaurs,
the
dragon
saw.
If not, they saw the skulls and they thought that's what they were. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can see that. I mean, when just over 100 some years ago, we were still drilling holes in people's heads. I mean,
lobotomizing people.
Yeah, and then not even 70 years ago we were doing that.
Yeah, or like that condition where people grow hair all over their body, and that's like where the sort of thing came from.
And back then they wouldn't know what to do, so they would just hide out, and you find all these stories out about these people who had these defects, and they would come out at night. And so people would see these people at night, and they would think it's a werewolf or a fucking wolf man or a Sasquatch or what have you. Or if somebody had like one of those skin conditions where it makes them look all scaly, you would think they were like a alligator person or a lizard person or something.
I mean, that's where the freak shows come from too. So like,
exactly.
Exactly. So like, people have these conditions, or like somebody who is morbidly obese is like the biggest person in the world. It's just like 100-pound overweight type person.
But no, I can probably let you slide out of here though, since it's
I'm gonna go ahead and thanks Todd for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm glad you came on, because I like sometimes I'm not used to doing these by myself yet, which I do need to start doing a little more by myself if I'm going to build. So it's always nice when somebody comes on and I can talk for a minute. So, but I appreciate you, Tom. Thank you for coming on, and thank you everybody out in the chat and everybody watching on YouTube and Twitter and everything. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. I hope I made up a little bit for not being able to do the physical media show yesterday. But as always, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
How you doing? Bitches leave.